We're just amazed at Gus's progress. He has really blossomed in a home environment with the loving care that his adopter Alex has provided. Gus has had to learn how to do things in a home environment that we take for granted. Even meeting Alex, who was his potential adopter at the time, was difficult. The first time Alex met him, we took him out to a fenced-in area and he wouldn't approach closer than 10 or 15 feet.
I was kind of looking for a pet. I was actually thinking about getting a cat. Because I bought my house, and after a while I kind of was like, well, when you have a big house and no critters or anything, it kind of got lonely. So I was looking around, and people told me that Oshkosh Area Humane Society was like one of the better humane societies, and they had awesome animals and stuff like that. And I saw the pictures of Gus, and I was like, well, he's just the most handsome dog I've ever seen. And I like read the little bio about him, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that, happened to them, and that's so cool that they got him. I got to the shelter, and I met with Carrie, and she took me to Gus's cage, and I kind of, got to see a first glimpse of what it would be like dealing with him. He was a little standoffish at first. He kind of like went to the back corner of the cage, and, it was kind of cool because I got to see exactly, how nervous he was and stuff like that. And we went outside, and I got to play with him and stuff, and I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes into our visit outside, he came up and he was like sniffing me, and Carrie and I both were like, well, that's pretty great progress. And she asked, if I was interested in him, and we kind of talked about it, and that was right before Christmas. So Christmas break, I kind of thought about it, and I went back Tuesday after Christmas and visited with him some more, and we kind of talked about it, and I started going up every day, and eventually hung out with him basically every day before I adopted him. We had done all that work at the shelter. Him and I just bonded immediately. I mean, I brought him home on Thursday, and by Saturday or Sunday, he was my shadow. I mean, I couldn't get up to go to the other room without him getting up. He could be in a dead sleep, and he would be like, oh, where's Dad going? And he'd have to follow me into the other room. They were super picky about who they wanted to give him to, which is awesome too, that they were, that caring about Gus, and they wanted the best for him, and they didn't just let the first people come and take him away. Sit. Good boy, dude.
He asked amazing questions, intuitive questions that a lot of adopters hadn't considered. For example, just the simple car ride home that most adopters take for granted. Alex understood that was going to be tremendously difficult for Gus, and he brought his vehicle here several times. We left the doors open. We helped Gus learn to approach that vehicle so that we could be prepared on adoption day.
The analogy I think I was told about Gus is that he's 1.5, but he's essentially like a 2-week-old puppy, He's a full-size dog, but in his mind, he's still learning everything. And I mean, when we're playing, you can see the puppy in him. It's adorable, but then there's also times where we'll be playing and he's like chewing on my arm, and I mean, he's very much so a puppy. So having Gus is probably one of the best additions I've added to my life. Every day with Gus is a new adventure.